Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
In today's review, we're looking at Marvellous Nesting Envelopes by Matthew Wright. To be clear, from the outset here, I do not like Matthew. From personal experience, I think he's childish, I think he's an ignoramus, and I think that he has a fragile ego. That being said, I do recommend this product. I do think it's really good for beginners. I think anyone who doesn't have a nice or more expensive nest of wallets option, this is a really good starting point. There's lots of points, both good and bad with this, but overall I do recommend the product. I do think it's really accessible for everyone and it solves a few problems as well. That's the TLDR. Let's get into a few more details. What is it? It's a nesting envelopes. So you have 3 envelopes, you have this larger red one, and then inside that there is a black one, and then inside that there is a white one that I've put a sticker on, but you don't have to. And then inside this will be a chosen card or a signed card, or even a piece of paper with a reveal or something like that on it. So it's a classic of magic. That's what Marvellous Nesting Envelopes is. It's a set of nesting envelopes that allows you to reveal a chosen card. What do you get? I've shown you the envelopes. So the envelopes, the red one and the black one, are made out of a thick cardboard. They will wear away over years, but I'm pretty sure they'll last a really long time. The inner envelope that the reveal is inside is made out of Tyvek. So this should be a little bit stain proof, a little bit waterproof, should last a little bit longer than these ones. And then you also receive some sticker seals for the inner envelope where the reveal is. And then you also receive some of these little rubber bands, which I think are ridiculous, but we'll come on to that perhaps in the final thoughts. You also receive a link to a roughly 30-minute tutorial. Matthew does quite well in taking you over everything that you need to know. His explanations are thorough, and there's not much more you could ask for from him in terms of the information that he's providing you with. That is what you receive with Marvellous Nesting Envelopes. How easy is it? Very easy. There's almost no sleight of hand. There's one moment that can be a little bit fishy if people are burning your hands, and that's the moment when this white, the final envelope, as you pull it out of the black envelope, there is a moment where you kind of have to push it back in and then back out again. Just a small thing. And you won't always find that it will be difficult or awkward, but that's the only difficult thing. Retrieving the signed card from the most inner envelope. Other than that, there's no sleight of hand involved. It's very simple in terms of the skill level required. And that's why I really recommend it in comparison to a more expensive product like Nick Einhorn's Nest of Wallets, which I also own and use and are fantastic, but require a little bit more skill to perform with. This is like the absolute beginner level. It's very approachable. So the skill level is very low for this. All you need to do really is have a person's playing card or chosen card or signed card on top of the pack of cards, and that's it. It's very simple and direct. Reset time is very short. You basically have to put the envelopes back together again. That's it. So maybe 5 or 10 seconds. The reset time does allow for this to be used as a working product, table hopping, or in close-up scenarios or in shows. Basically, you can use this in most performance situations, and you're reset ready to go for another group within 5 or 10 seconds. It's quite low maintenance in that respect. So the reset time is very fast. Angles are pretty good. So you essentially just need to make sure no one is looking from below upwards. So unless you have, very young children who are stood below you with their parents and looking up at you, but in that case, you can just tilt it like this towards yourself. So you can mitigate the angles, but then as soon as you tilt it up like this, you have the issue of people looking from behind. But that being said, they're the only things you have to be cautious of. You can perform this if no one is super short, then you can perform it completely surrounded with no issues at all. The angles are very good on this, and if you know the method, or if you think you know the method, then you will understand why this is very angle proof. I just want to interrupt this review for a second. If you find my reviews helpful and if they help you make a purchase or decide not to purchase and save you money, please do support this channel. The more support this channel gets, the more subscribers we get, the more people who interact with the channel, the more reviews I'm going to be able to do, and the more I'm going to be able to help you. I'm trying to do these reviews to help the magic community and help people like you, because there are a lot of reviewers who talk absolute nonsense. So if you do enjoy this channel and you do find my content useful, then please do share, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate everything everyone does for this channel. Back to the review. Pocket space is also pretty good. All you have to do is carry essentially this large envelope in your pocket. And I would say that this probably does fit inside a inside jacket pocket, as in a suit jacket. So I think you could probably fit that in there. It will certainly fit in a hip pocket of a jacket, a suit jacket that is, a smart jacket. And that's it. It's, I would say, roughly 7 inches by 4 inches, something like that. But it's a very normal size of envelope for like a postcard. It's almost exactly the same size as a postcard that you might send someone while you're on holiday. So the pocket space is really good and really manageable for this, because also everything's so thin when it's all together. So it's very light. Pocket space overall is very good. My final thoughts. So my final thoughts are that I remember years and years ago, maybe 20 years ago, Roger Curson giving a lecture at my local magic group. And I remember he sold a card to envelope, and the envelope had one of the windows in it, one of the clear plastic windows. This is exactly the same as that. There is nothing new here. This is not a new idea. It's not a new product. Matthew's teachings doesn't give you anything new either. I guess it's just Matthew's version of this, but this effect has been around for a really long time. I think that what Matthew has tried to add to this is he's tried to make it all look normal, and he's tried to make it with envelopes that people would come across on a day-to-day basis. But don't think that you're going to get some amazing new method. Don't think that you're going to get some amazing new product. This is essentially a card to envelope with these cardboard envelopes. Also, the bands that come with it, in the instructions, Matthew says it's very normal for these kinds of envelopes to have these bands on, and he sees it all the time. These are shocking, honestly. They are little pieces of plastic that have a little bit of stretch to them, but never in my life have I seen anyone use these bands to hold an envelope together. Usually there is some cotton thread or some kind of thread that holds it together that's a lot nicer than this ridiculous nonsense. I don't know why Matthew has included these. You can basically throw these in the bin. They're absolutely useless. But that brings me on to another point, that this can be a bit of an issue. You may want to use an envelope that doesn't have these little bits on. I think it adds a nice touch when you're taking off a piece of thread and then undoing it that way. The issue is that you can sometimes get caught on these circular cutouts when you're taking out this final envelope, and that load that you do gets stuck on this lip, and it can make it a little bit difficult. It can make it a little bit awkward, and you don't want that as a performer. You want everything to look fluid. So I would say that this is not the best envelope, but once you understand the concept, if you don't already know it, then you can source these any way you like, or you can even make these yourself at home to the exact size, to the exact dimensions, and to the exact design that you require. But overall, I think it's a fantastic product for £17 to get you started in a nest of envelopes effect. I don't think there are many other products this cheap that give you this much value in a nesting reveal. I think that's everything. You know, it's nice that he includes a few stickers as well for the seal if you wish to use them. And yeah, that's what I have to say about Marvellous nesting envelopes. I recommend it if you are not familiar with the premise. If you are familiar with how this works and the method of it, which is very simple and very old method, then you're not going to learn anything new really by buying this product. You're literally just getting the envelopes, which you could go and buy at your local craft store, or you could make yourself for £5 or very little money anyway. That's the review for today. If you found it useful, if you found it helpful, leave a like, leave a comment below if you have any questions about this, and I'll see you in the next review.